Imagine you're driving to work tomorrow morning, listening to your favorite music, when suddenly your car starts making a strange noise. A few moments later, you're stranded on the side of the road. The mechanic looks at you and says, "The repair will cost $1,487. Could you pay that today without putting it on a credit card?" If your answer is no, you're far from being alone. But here's the good news. Financial confidence isn't built by hoping nothing goes wrong. It's built by preparing before it does, and that's exactly why an emergency fund can completely change your financial life. In our last video, we answered one of the most important questions in personal finance. How do I organize my money? We explored the 50-30-20 budget rule and learned how to give every dollar a purpose. But once you've created a budget, another important question naturally follows. What should I do with the money I'm saving? That's exactly what we're going to answer today. Because budgeting isn't about restriction. It's about creating security, confidence, and freedom. I'm Anna, and here at Finance with Anna, we make personal finance simple, practical, and achievable. By the end of this video, you'll know what an emergency fund is, why it matters, how much you should save, how to start, even if money is tight right now, and the biggest mistakes to avoid. So let's get started and take another step toward financial confidence. Why does everyone need an emergency fund? Here's the simple truth. No one is immune to emergencies. One day, your washing machine stops working. Another day, your dog needs emergency surgery. Then, your phone slips from your hand and the screen shatters. A pipe bursts. You receive an unexpected notice that your job has been eliminated. Life is unpredictable. Emergencies don't send invitations. They simply happen. The problem isn't that emergencies occur. The problem is being financially unprepared when they do. Without savings, many people reach for a credit card. Others take out a personal loan. Some have no choice but to borrow from family or friends. None of those options feels good. That's how a small emergency can become a long-term financial setback. An emergency fund isn't designed to make you rich. It's designed to protect your progress. It's there to keep one bad day from becoming 6 difficult months. So, what exactly is an emergency fund? Simply put, an emergency fund is money you set aside for life's unexpected, necessary, and urgent expenses. Notice those 3 words: unexpected, necessary, urgent. If an expense meets all 3 of those conditions, that's exactly what your emergency fund is for. That includes things like a major car repair that gets you back on the road, an unexpected medical expense, an emergency repair to your home, or covering your essential bills if you unexpectedly lose your job. These aren't expenses you planned for. They happen without warning, and they need your attention right away. It's just as important to understand what an emergency fund isn't. An emergency fund isn't there to pay for things you've planned for, or simply want. Vacations are wonderful, but there's something you plan and save for. A new gaming console can wait until you've budgeted for it. Black Friday sales come around every year, and luxury shopping is a choice, not an emergency. Those are all great goals. They just belong in a different savings bucket. An emergency fund isn't designed to make you rich. It's designed to protect your progress. It keeps one unexpected expense from undoing months or even years of hard work. Because financial confidence isn't about avoiding life's surprises. It's about being prepared when they happen. Let me ask you a question. If an unexpected $1,000 expense came up today, how would you pay for it? Emergency savings, credit card, borrow from family or friends? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'd genuinely love to hear where you are in your financial journey. One of the biggest questions people ask is, how much should I actually save? The answer depends on where you are in your financial journey. But here's something I don't want you to do. Don't become discouraged by the bigger numbers. Start with your first milestone, $500. It may not cover every emergency, but it can handle many unexpected expenses without reaching for a credit card. More importantly, it proves something incredibly important. You've started. Next, Work toward $1,000. For many people, this is the first major emergency fund milestone. It can provide real peace of mind when life throws you an unexpected expense. Once you've built that foundation, your next goal is to save enough to cover about 3 months of your essential living expenses. This becomes especially important if you experience a job loss or a major interruption to your income. And over time, many financial experts recommend working toward 6 months of essential expenses. Think of it as giving your future self more time, more flexibility, and more peace of mind if life doesn't go according to plan. But I want you to remember something. The goal isn't to wake up tomorrow with 6 months of expenses saved. The goal is to save your first dollar, then your 10th, then your 100th, then your 500th. Every dollar you save today makes tomorrow's emergency a little less stressful. $1 saved today is infinitely better than $0 saved. Financial confidence isn't measured by how much you've already saved. It's measured by your decision to begin. By now, you might be thinking, Anna, this all sounds great, but I don't have any money left at the end of the month. You're not alone. And you don't need a perfect income to start building an emergency fund. You just need a simple plan. The first strategy is called pay yourself first. When your paycheck arrives, don't wait to see what's left at the end of the month. Move a small amount into savings first, even if it's only $5 or $10. Whatever remains is what you use for the rest of your budget. Tip 2. Unexpected income can be one of the fastest ways to build your emergency fund. That might include a tax refund, a work bonus, birthday money, or a cash gift. You don't have to save every dollar, but even setting aside part of it can move you much closer to your goal. Tip 3. Savings challenges. Sometimes saving becomes easier when you turn it into a challenge. You could save $50 every week, or try a no-spend weekend once a month, where you challenge yourself to enjoy the weekend without unnecessary spending. Small challenges build powerful habits, and powerful habits build financial confidence. Tip 4. Cut 1. Expense. Here's a mistake many people make. They think building savings means cutting everything they enjoy. It doesn't. Start with one expense, not 10. 1. Maybe it's a streaming service you rarely use. Maybe it's cutting back on impulse purchases. One small change can create room for consistent saving without making you feel deprived. Finally, make saving automatic. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account, even if it's only a small amount, because the best savings plan is the one you don't have to remember. Building an emergency fund isn't about making one huge deposit. It's about making small, consistent decisions over and over again. Biggest mistakes to avoid. Building an emergency fund doesn't have to be complicated, but there are a few common mistakes that can slow your progress. The good news, once you know what they are, they're surprisingly easy to avoid. Mistake number 1. Waiting until you earn more. It's easy to tell yourself, I'll start saving when I get a raise. But the truth is, saving is a habit, not an income level. If you can build the habit of saving a small amount today, you'll be much more likely to save larger amounts when your income grows. Mistake number 2, keeping your emergency fund in your everyday checking account. When your savings sit beside your spending money, it's much easier to dip into them without realizing it. Instead, keep your emergency fund in a separate savings account. Close enough to access when you truly need it, but separate enough to reduce temptation. Mistake number 3, using emergency savings for planned purchases. Remember, an emergency fund protects you from the unexpected. Vacations and the latest gadgets are all things worth saving for. They just belong in a different savings bucket. Mistake number 4, trying to save too much too quickly. Some people become so ambitious that they set unrealistic goals. Then, when life gets in the way, they become discouraged and stop saving altogether. Remember, consistency will always beat intensity. Saving $25 every week for a year is far more powerful than saving $500 once and never saving again. Focus on making steady progress. Avoid these common mistakes. Keep moving forward. And before you know it, you'll have built a financial safety net that gives you confidence when life throws the unexpected your way. Let's look at a real-life example. Meet Sarah. Sarah takes home about $2,800 a month. Like many people, she doesn't have a lot of extra money. But she decides to make one small commitment, saving just $25 every week. At first, it doesn't feel like much. $25 seems small, but Sarah stays consistent. Week after week, month after month. 1 year later, Sarah has saved $1,300. Not because she won the lottery, not because she received a huge raise, but because small, consistent actions added up over time. Then one day, life happens. Her car needs a $900 repair. The difference? Sarah doesn't panic. She doesn't reach for a credit card. She doesn't borrow money. She pays the repair in cash and gets back on the road. That's the real power of an emergency fund. It doesn't stop emergencies from happening. It changes how you experience them. Instead of creating panic, it becomes a problem you already have a plan for. Financial confidence isn't built by avoiding life's surprises. It's built by preparing for them. One small decision at a time. Here's this week's Money Minute. Don't wait until you have hundreds of dollars to begin saving. Start today, even if it's just $5. The habit of saving is far more important than the amount. Small, consistent actions build financial confidence over time. Remember, an emergency fund isn't about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared for life's unexpected moments. Every dollar you save today buys a little more peace of mind tomorrow. If you're wondering where to find the money to build your emergency fund, the next video is for you. I'll show you practical strategies to stop living paycheck to paycheck and free up money for your financial goals. Let's take the next step together. Financial freedom isn't built in a day. It's built one smart decision at a time. Until next time, budget better, save more, invest smarter.